want to share 5 secrets that the sugar industry does not want you to know about, and you probably have never heard about. Number 1, they hid the truth about 60 years ago, and I'm talking about a study that related eating sugar to increasing the risk of heart attacks and other cardiovascular events and certain types of cancer. And this hiding of the truth actually occurred even before the tobacco industry hid some of their studies. And what they did is they quietly paid researchers to cover this up, to basically lie. And the study was called, I think, Project 259. And what they did is they shift the blame from sugar to fat. Number 2, they actually made sugar an essential ingredient in foods. This is probably why they talk about, sugar is necessary for your brain because it's the primary source of fuel. So we need sugar, right? Because it's essential. The sugar industry is a $37 billion industry. And that was in 2021. I don't know what it is now. They produce over 180 billion metric tons of sugar every single year. An average person in the United States consumes 26 teaspoons every single day. That's a lot of sugar. All right, number 3, sugar is subsidized in the US. Tax dollars goes to pay these farmers to produce sugar. So basically we pay double. And when I'm talking about pay, I'm talking about $4 billion a year. And on average, a household of 4 people pays about $50 a year. This is regardless of whether you eat sugar or not. You're contributing to the overhead of the production of sugar. Why don't they do that with salad or vegetables? Something that's good versus the thing that is behind so many health problems. All right, the next point. There's something called the bliss point.
Ta-da! We've got a donut to share. Yummy. Look how big it is. It's nearly the size of my face.
It's an optimized amount of sugar to create this delicious effect.
We take a bite.
If you keep adding sugar to any ingredient, at some point it's going to be like, that's too much, I don't like it. So there's a certain amount of sugar that you have to put in certain foods to optimize this bliss moment, this point of like, wow, this is just delicious.
Look, this is what I got. I got these cupcakes, and this is banana. So
what, banana cupcake with chocolate?
Yeah, banana with chocolate, and that one is carrot cake.
Oof.
With vanilla.
That looks unbelievable.
And look what Matt got. He brought these.
And what happens in the brain is you get this spike in endorphins.
This is the Biscoff one, and it's really yummy. Come sit with me, darling. Sit right next to me. I'm gonna take a little bite.
Endorphins give you the sensation of pain relief.
I need to make myself feel happy, and the way I'm going to do that is having a little chocker.
Of stress relief.
Pot of choice today is the caramelized, what was it called? Caramelized biscuit? Caramelized,
like that,
I think it's like, what's it called? I think it's Biscoff vibes.
Of well-being.
I kept saying, oh, I'm going to start my diet in the new year. No, I'm going to start it now. I'm going to just be good with what I'm eating. And not wait to have one of these tonight. As dessert, we're having one of this. It's going to be yummy. Pookie, here's a donut. Eat it. It's the way you act.
That's a lot, no?
Yeah, but I just thought it was nice to have a little selection.
Right.
This is what I got. I got a chocolate trifle. It just looks really, really good, and I don't think I've ever had this before from M&S, so we've got that. I've had these 2 before, so 2 custard show buns and 2 cream donuts.
Of happiness.
I got milk, bread, fruits, all the boring bits and bobs, but then I also got this Eton mess cake. So I picked up these 2 from the shop. Got classic carrot cake, got chocolate fudge.
Pleasure.
I got these because these are very, very yummy. I don't know if you've ever tried this, but very, very yummy. It says you can have this hot, so you can put it in the microwave.
So it's training us that if you feel bad or if you want more pleasure, you just need to keep eating this thing. And this is really what's behind an addiction.
be honest, if I'm going to take something that's not good for me, I'd rather have a slice of cake or a little chocolate truffle or a lemon cake, you know? I'd rather do that than have a glass of wine. For me, the cake
excites me more.
I just wanted to show you the dessert. Look at this.
Their parents, their grandparents.
Fritter rolls, ice choc, and Haagen-Dazs vanilla. Yummy.
All right, and number 5, you have the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics.
So dietitian appointment is booked in, which I'm happy about.
This is the group of dietitians, which basically are the most influential group over food policy and what Americans eat.
I think when it comes to your health, you just need to try everything, don't you? Yeah. Like, I've tried the sugar-free diet, I've tried the meat-free diet, I'm just trying like everything really. You know, recently I have been staying away from vegetables. Right now I am disliking vegetables. A little chocolate cake, a little tart, a little scone and a little raspberry cake.
They have a very close symbiotic relationship with the ultra-processed food industry. Sugar is composed of both glucose and fructose. Glucose is metabolized by pretty much all your cells in your body, but fructose, unfortunately, is only metabolized by your liver.
Oh, it's nearly hot chocolate season. You know what that means. Your girl doesn't like hot chocolates, but will try all the hot chocolates in the world.
This is the MRI scan of the liver, just to make sure everything's okay.
So when you consume excessive amounts of table sugar and high fructose corn syrup and all the sodas and drinks and things like that, you're creating a very toxic effect to the liver, which is very similar to alcohol toxicity.
And if this is what I want to do you remember when I said do things that make you super happy? This is going to make me super happy, so let's do it.
I want to talk to you about sugar and cancer. Now, if you talk to someone in the cancer industry who makes cancer medications or an oncologist, they'll tell you that there's really no connection between eating sugar and cancer. I want to tell you 3 quick facts that are indisputable to help you understand this concept, okay? So number 1, sugar and cancer, is there a connection, okay? When scientists, medical scientists, researchers try to grow cancer cells in the lab, that's called in vitro, and we do that every day in the lab. We can grow cancer cells. That's no big deal at all. What do you feed those cancer cells? I want you to think about that. Do we put fat? Do we put bacon grease in there to feed the cancer cells because they love that? No, we don't do that. Do we put maybe protein? We put egg whites in there to feed them. No, we don't do that. What do you feed cancer cells in the lab so that they don't die? What do they love to eat? Sugar.
How much sugar?
3 spoons.
3 tablespoons. Ooh,
3 spoons.
yeah.
You feed them sugar. They have to have a few minerals and vitamins, but mainly their energy source is sugar. That's what they eat. They love that. And if you feed them that, they'll flourish in the lab, so it stands to reason they might also flourish in your body as well if you feed them too much sugar. The second is, if you actually look on, just Google it or look on PubMed.gov, you can find studies, and they're small, no doubt, but there are studies that show a correlation between the amount of sugar you ingest and the speed at which your cancers grow. And you can find that it's very accessible. In the old days, only doctors had access to PubMed. Now everyone has access to it, but here's the kicker. Most docs never look at PubMed.gov or even know what it is. So if you start to look through PubMed.gov, you'll be smarter than most doctors. The third way we know, I don't know if you've ever heard of a medical test called a PET scan. Have you ever heard of that? A PET scan is something that doctors order if we know that someone has cancer and we want to follow the progression of the cancer to see if it's getting better or worse.
We are going for another PET scan. We don't really understand why they want another one.
Or if we highly suspect someone has cancer, then we'll probably order a PET scan and not necessarily a CAT scan or an MRI. How do PET scans work? Well, they use positrons, but we have to figure out some way for the contrast agent to be picked up by the cancer cells. Otherwise, it would just, your whole body would glow on the PET scan, right? So what do we attach the contrast agent to? Do we attach it to, butter, and then we inject butter? No, that wouldn't work at all. The cancer cells wouldn't take up the butter. Maybe we inject protein. Is that what we inject? And we attach the contrast agent to protein? No, that's not right either. guess what we attach the contrast agent for so that cancer cells will take it up as quickly as possible? Sugar. Okay, we attach it to sugar. That's right. You saw that coming, didn't you? If we want to make cancer glow on a PET scan, we attach the contrast agent to sugar.
I got these as a little snack for me. Cornflake cluster bites. Yummy. This is all I need. 4 all butter pain au chocolat. I got some white chocolate chip cookies. I hope there's loads of white chocolate in there. Cheers. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have one of these pick up milk chocolate. Guess what this is? This is Belgian hot chocolate flakes. The chocolate lotus biscoff cupcake. Hot chocolate, the white chocolate, hot chocolate. I wish we got the chocolate and raspberry instead. That's my favourite flavour. 2 chocolate Kinder eggs. So I got a cookie, a white chocolate cookie. Look how many chocolate fingers we've got. White fingers.
I feel like that. Yeah, it's fine. Is that right? So move it.
Milk chocolate. Loads, look at this. Mini rolls. I've also got some cake. More chocolate fingers. And then another box.
Someone's been eating my chocolate.